The number of 85-year-olds living in the UK is expected to double over the next 20 years, and many will have long-term health conditions. Yet new research, seen exclusively by Radio 4's You and Yours programme, suggests there won't be enough social care workers to look after them.
The government says it's invested £2 billion into the sector to ensure a sustainable future. But does that actually go far enough? The BBC's Samantha Fennick has been to meet one family to find out more.
She was a nurse, spent all her life caring for other people.
Sarah and Pip Hockey are sisters. 3 years ago, they both gave up their jobs and moved back home to look after their mum, Annie, who's 82 years old and has advanced Parkinson's disease. They get 4 hours help a day, but it's a real struggle trying to find the right people to look after their mum.
This year alone, from the beginning of the year, we've had up to 30 different carers, which is people just come and go all the time.
They don't get paid enough, the carers. They're exhausted, they're doing crazy long hours.
We've had to step in numerous times to cover care ourselves.
Recruiting care workers is really difficult in many parts of the UK. Earlier this year, research done by the BBC found that every day in England, more than 900 care staff leave their jobs. Rachel Smithlight was a care worker, but after 3 years she'd had enough and left the profession. She says the pay rate of £8 an hour just wasn't enough.
It was just so physically demanding, and I was starting to get health problems as a result. It was also very emotionally draining, and it started to kind of make me feel a bit hard towards people, and that isn't who I am at all, and that worried me.
The number of people aged over 85 living in the UK is expected to double in the next 20 years. Many of them will need to be looked after in places like this. The concern is that there won't be enough people working in social care to look after them.
New research suggests that by 2037, an additional 1.2 million people will be needed to look after the ageing population. Nearly half of those will be needed in care homes like this. Employers say they're finding it difficult to recruit and retain staff.
The type of people needing care nowadays is much more complex, so it's hard work. There's a lot of sickness and absenteeism. That means people working double shifts or longer, so that's unattractive. And for what? We ask for more qualifications, and yet the pay is very poor.
But can't you as a care provider just pay these staff more?
Yes, providers could do more, but we're working on very, very tight margins already.
The government say they have a plan to attract and retain staff. They've invested £2 billion and promised to consult on the future of social care. The worry for Annie Hockey is that this isn't happening quick enough, and she still has to rely on her daughters for help.
Oh, I just couldn't manage without you two being around.
Samantha Fennick, BBC News.